Hey guys, how you doing out there? Still and I back at you again. Finishing up on this alien thing a little bit. I made a few notes here for myself to go over after I kind of rewatched my last video I made, part two, this whole alien contact thing, and I kind of came out and give my story there of what happened. After I rewatched that, I kind of got a few things I thought, I left out a few things. I kind of gave you the whole. I gave you the whole story. I did that, and it is what it is. Just that's it. That's the story. But a couple of little things I left out. It's just a couple things. One of the things was when I was just sitting there and I'm staring at this thing, and I'm thinking, yeah, somebody's messing around. They got like it really looked like at first like if you were to get like a mask, or not really a mask because you have the eyes cut out, you'd be looking through a Halloween mask. But it's like if you see a picture of a white little alien face with the black eyes on somebody's T-shirt, a poster, a book, on TV, whatever. It's exactly what it looked like. So right away you are thinking, okay, sure, somebody's messing with you, because that just looks like a fake thing, right? And if I'd have just kept thinking that and this and that, it wouldn't, I wouldn't be sitting here 6 years later every day still wondering about this. But the thing that got me that night, being the kind of person I am, that I said I thought somebody was messing with me. So I thought, the joke's on you, bud, because I'm going to stare him down and maybe scare him a little, right? And I got to be honest with you, I was never scared, because first of all, I thought I was just being pranked. Somebody just played a joke, because, I happened to be out there. A couple guys drinking, having fun. You can see it. It's real easy to see somebody doing that. And, sorry, I get babbling on here, and I don't have a speech or nothing, I'm just talking. So, bear with me there, and I thank you if you're watching this. But anyhow, when I'm staring at this thing, and I'm staring him down, the thing that got me was, like I said initially when I looked at it, it was like, holy shit, this thing's looking right at me. And then, of course, right away your mind goes, yeah, sure, you're being tricked and that. So let me say that when I stared at that thing for as long as I did, it was 5-10 minutes. It probably closer to 5, but it felt like 10 in the moment. And when I stared at him, I really did, I stared right at him and I stared him down. The thing that really hit home for me, being a guy that grew up in the woods and paying attention to detail and stuff, is that it wasn't like a blank face of a picture of something or a mask just out there, a mannequin head of an alien. It didn't feel that way after a couple of minutes of staring at it. In the inside, I started getting that feeling like I'm staring at you and you're staring right back. And that's what that was one of the things to this day that bothers me probably the most out of that whole thing. Even more than it trying to it's like hiding and it's slowly ducking in back there behind this telephone pole. But more than that was the fact that, like, when I did sit there and just stare at this thing, it looked back, and that's what, after a couple of minutes, you're like, holy fuck, like, a Halloween mask or a fake little alien pin-up head or whatever. It can't look back. It can't stare back because it doesn't have a life. It's just an object, Like, there's a pack of cigarettes right here, right? Now this pack of cigarettes, it can't stare at you because it's just a pack of smokes. And I haven't got an alien head or a picture or nothing like that here that I can say, oh yeah, same thing, look, But the point is when you're looking at something and it's looking right back at you, well, what are you supposed to think now? Seriously, like, ask yourself, if you're in the moment. And I know, I thought about it before I started coming out with all this stuff. It's like, all right, people are going to tell me you're crazy, you need to be locked up, you're on medications, you can go kill yourself, you can go fuck your mother, all this stuff, And I don't care. And I know people are going to leave comments like that, write stuff and this and that. I don't think that'd bother me half as much as the fact that I stood out there in the goddamn alley one night at 2 o'clock in the morning with something staring back at me. Staring back at me. You know, kind of pissed me off a little bit at first even, because it's like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm being hunted by something here, whether it's a person in a goddamn mask or the actual thing. Either way, not a very smart fucking move to make, I'll say that. And so let me just check my notes here. The eye contact, yeah. That was a big thing. And that's one of the things that's going to bother me the most for the rest of my life. You know, hopefully someday, I don't go out looking. I'm never gonna go out and look and, okay, I'm gonna go try and see this alien again or another one. That would be totally insane. Totally insane. For anyone to go out and look for an alien. Oh yeah, I'll be back in an hour. I'm gonna go sit in the park and see if an alien shows up. You need some serious medication, if that's your case. So, you know, there is no going out looking for it. But if anything ever happened like that again, it's hard to say what your reaction is. But I think next time I would try and coax him in. But come on over, you know, not to hurt anything, but to try and actually have contact. It'd be an amazing thing if there really is some kind of life out there on another planet. Coming here, observing people, this, that, checking things out. Even more amazing than something like that would be if someday, you know, one of us humans can actually get the ball rolling, eh? And I mean, why not? We all live here. We all live on this planet. Every one of us, all of us Earthlings, you know, all of us human beings. And if there's other life out there, then it just is what it is. It's just other life. And if it wants to meet us, you know, if it feels the same way in its heart that I do about things, well, there is no problem. There isn't, you know. So that's that. But let me see. What I got here? Yeah. Okay. So the last thing I had written on here is how it keeps bugging me. Yeah, and it does, and it's always going to bug me because I just don't know, you know. But it's always going to bug me just the way that went down, just the way that happened. And the other thing is when I went running at it. When I went running at this thing, I was no longer thinking, oh my God, this is a person. To be honest with you, when I was running right directly at it, at that point, I had pretty much convinced myself that that might be real. I didn't know what the hell was going to happen when I got down there. But cross that bridge when I come to it kind of guy. But there it is. It is what it is. I want to cut this short because I'm not sure how long this damn phone can record for. It's just crazy. So if it stops, I apologize. It might hear any second. So maybe I ought to let you guys go for tonight. And like I say, I'll go down to the spot and I'll do some measurements for you. I'll show you one day. You know, I'll walk people through this a little more. But if you're watching this, I thank you. And if it helps you in any way, I thank you. You know, and I'm just going to keep working, keep trying and see what I can do here in the world. Not go out looking for aliens, but just trying to get answers, you know, for myself. And someday it'd be great to actually have a conversation with more than just sitting here with my cell phone about it. But at the same time, there's not a lot of people you can talk to about, oh, hey, yeah, I saw an alien, because, you know, oh, yeah, sure you did, buddy. But there's probably a few other people in this world, just like me, that saw something, and for the rest of their lives every day are just like, what the hell? You know, there's just no words for it, really. It just is what it is. Anyways, I don't want to take up too much of you guys' time, and it's getting late. I got to work in the morning. Life is crazy, especially this week, and I just want to get back on the water and back out camping. That's the last thing too, you know. I always feel safest when I'm alone in the woods. I can sit in the woods all night by myself by a little fire and stuff like that, and it's like, that's the one time I feel calm. I always feel like I'm in complete control when I'm in the woods. Nothing can sneak up on me out there. So it's always nice every weekend to just get away and have that relief, because, yeah, out there I'm safe. Anywhere else, nobody is. But yeah, it's kind of funny. A lot of people will be afraid of the woods, but the truth is you're safer out there than anywhere else, because it's pretty hard to sneak up on you if you're in tune and you know what you're doing. So anyways, my friends, have a good night, and we'll see you again. Take care. Bye-bye.